Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor. I am a first-year law student and a certified personal trainer, taking you all along the law school journey with me and showing you how I do my best to live a healthy, balanced, and productive life along the way. If any of those things are things you want to see in your subscription box on a regular basis, you can hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the bell icon while you're at it so you get notified every time that I post a new video. Yes, I just tucked a pillow tag in because I noticed it in the background. It was bothering me. You know what else is bothering me? The glare on my glasses. We're gonna take those off. I can talk without being able to see distance. Today's video is going to be my recipe for a super productive day, super productive workspace, all of the above. Basically just all of the little tools of the trade that I use to get things done. I am a big believer in environment being a huge factor in mindset, so you'll definitely see some of those things come through with some of my little must-have tools, but I think there's something so valuable in building up certain habits and training your brain in certain ways. Our brains are so cool and so weird that there are so many ways that you can train your brain and kind of build it to associate certain things, whether certain senses, with certain outcomes, and it's wild what you can do and what you can kind of like build yourself into doing with just some basic habits and some basic, you know, it's almost Pavlovian conditioning. We're almost there. We're almost ringing a bell to get someone to drool, except it's like you light a candle and you do work. So the number one productivity tool, this is the thing that I swear by, this is the thing that is getting me through law school, this is the thing that I will just, it's a tool I will die to defend, and it is the Flora app. There's also an alternative called Forest that's relatively similar, but the concept is the same. It is a focus timer. It shuts off your phone. You can download other extensions that do the same sort of thing to shut down your computer if you're really, you know, the type of person who it can get very easily distracted. But for me, just the act of setting a timer, the act of like going, okay, start, I'm starting my work right now, the best thing to like get me in the mindset of like, okay, for the next 30 minutes, this is what I'm doing. This is the only thing I am doing. I'm going to get this done. And it's so much more efficient than just like, you know, wildly, like just sitting at your desk and just kind of, you know, reading 5 pages and then messing around on your phone for a little bit and reading another 5 pages and scrolling through Twitter. It's so invaluable to just be like, nope, this is focus time. And then you have a break, and then you have some time after you finish. Mine will like automatically start a 5-minute timer after I finish a focus session. It'll be like, okay, you have 5 minutes to do whatever you want, and then we're gonna start again. And absolutely incredible for mindset. I also really enjoy it being able to see in the app, see my trends as far as like, I'm doing more this month than I was last month. I'm doing less this week than I was the week before. Just, it's cool to see. I also use different plans for different types of tasks. So all of my classes have their own plans. All of my other little to-do list items, video editing and job applications and cleaning the apartment, all have their own different little plans as well. So it's kind of cool to have like this visualization afterwards to like see all of the work that I've done and kind of like have it laid out for me in this weird little animated garden. But I cannot express to you how much it's so valuable to use your time this way rather than just like sitting down and, you know, kind of just winging it and not really having like a structured schedule to the way that you work. You're so much more productive when you are, you know, doing focus, sprint, break. Infinitely better, I promise. The next productivity tool for me is OneNote. It is just, it's the best. It's the like easiest way to keep track of a ton of things at once. I have all of my class notes in there. That's where I keep all of my readings as well. It's where I keep track of my readings. It's where I keep track of my class notes. It's where I keep track of my like weekly review outlines. All of that lives in there, and it makes it really easy to find. You can search through all of your notes to find anything you've ever written ever. It's wonderful for that. And just once you find an organizational structure that works, it makes it so easy to work through things and, you know, find exactly what you're looking for. Find those notes from that day of class and then match it up with the section of the textbook and then match it up with an outline. It's wonderful. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I think it kind of builds into like making everything super easy to find and therefore making you way more productive. The third tool is a calendar app. I know that a lot of people have different preferences. So a lot of people love Google Calendar. A lot of people love whatever weird app they have found, Notion, or I don't even know. There are a million of them out there. There are also like planners where you can just like write it down. For me, I just use straight up Apple Calendar because I really like how it syncs between my watch, which I'm not wearing, and my phone and my laptop and all of the things. And so everything is together and in one place and super easy to keep track of. But calendar is without a doubt the best thing for keeping me on task throughout the day. So my calendar, I time block absolutely everything. I've talked about this before, but like here's a look of what my week looks like on a given week. I block out everything. So I have my workouts in there. I have, you know, the time it takes to get home and shower. It's just not scheduled time at all. And then I have my readings in there. I have all of my tasks are in there as events, even if they're not like formally an event. Like reading is obviously not, you know, an actual event that I have to be somewhere at a time and place for, in the same way that like classes like that. However, when you know to yourself, okay, cool, I have from 5 to 7 to do my reading, and then I have another thing I need to do after that, you get it done. Like there is something about telling your brain that like this is the time to work on this, and knowing that you have that time to get it done, it works. It works so well. It is just, it gives your to-do list so much more structure to say, okay, I'm working on this now, and then I will move on to this, and then I will move on to this, than it does to like have this list of 10 things and just like pick one out at random and maybe work on it for a little bit and then switch to another one and switch to another one. Nope, you have your 2-hour block for reading, you have your 2-hour block for your other reading, you have 2 hours for doing research, writing a brief. It works, and it works well. This is a strange thing, but if you are like me, you get a lot of random ideas while you are working on things. And if you don't do something about them, they run away and they never come back to you ever again. I've come up with videos while I've been like doing reading. I've come up with ideas for like things to write in a paper while working on something totally different, while editing a YouTube video. Sometimes my brain goes all over the place. Even when I'm like in a focus mode, I get these little like fleeting thoughts that are like, I need to do something with that. Keep like a notebook around. Keep either a physical notebook or like a note app that's dedicated to your weird random thoughts, and just jot it down. Just have a moment to write it down and then kick it right back out of your mind. Keep going with your day. Keep doing the thing you're focusing on. Don't let that one little thought like derail you completely, but also don't let it just completely run away from you either, because both of those options are bad. You don't want to lose what you're working on, but you also don't want to lose like a valuable, useful thought. So having like just a random place to like jot down like a little 1-line note and then get back to what you're doing, solid. Recommend. My last 2 things are both environmental things. So once again, I talked about this, that there are certain things that, you know, you can train your brain to think certain ways and to like associate certain things with other things. And so there are certain things that I like to associate with school and with like working on things and being productive. And so the first thing is a dedicated playlist, having like focus playlists, having like that go-to album you always play, whatever you want, but just like having like kind of set music that's like, this is what I'm productive to. It's great. It's so good. And for a lot of people, I imagine that that's going to be like, you know, little violin instrumental type things. And I know that a lot of people love study playlists like that and just rely on those, and that's their dedicated playlist. I am I will admit that I'm a little bit weird because I have to have lyrics while I work, which doesn't make any sense. But for me, like the like folklore album, that's my thing. Like that is my like focus, get work done thing is what I play. That's what it does for me. So when you find something like that that works, like I literally had that playing as background music while I was taking my finals, because that's just literally how ingrained it was in me that like, this is what we do work to, this is how we focus, is like we have this music in the background. And also kind of leaning into that as well, my final suggestion is a little bit all over the place because my suggestion is going to be an essential oil diffuser, and with like bright citrusy scents. That's my focus scent of choice. That is my, like, when I like load up my little diffuser with some lemon and some orange and a little bit of sandalwood, because it just adds a like nice little depth to it. That's my like, I'm doing things, I'm being productive, I'm working during the day. And then when I like light one of my like woodsy or lavendery candles in the evening, that's my like relaxing smell. So there are like certain associated things that you just, you know, train your brain to think certain ways. And so, you know, the scent of lemon and orange and all of that, like I smell that and I'm like alert and focused and ready to go. And so I have like trained my brain in this sort of like environmental way to like think of these certain things in this way. And so that's my suggestion, is to find certain things like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that exact same combination. It can be, you know, you light a certain like candle, like you always like do all your work with like floral scents going. Whatever works for you, whatever you like, it works. But kind of having these like rituals of like, okay, this candle is going, this music is playing, this is now focus time. Your brain really like clicks with that. Like, our brains are really weird and they're really cool, and that's one of the things that's one of the best things about them, is you can really train them in certain ways. And I really have found success in kind of amping up my productivity with those certain sorts of associations. That's the end of this video. Those are my go-to tools that I just, you know, they make me more productive. They set the tone for me. They help me stay on top of everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below. I post new videos twice a week. I post informational-ish videos like this one every Thursday, and I post vlogs every Sunday. So if you don't want to miss them, subscribe button and bell while you're at it. And I will see you very soon for another new video. Bye.